on how to map, right? When you have coordinates collected already in your Excel, having your longitude and your latitude, your altitude and accuracy. For now, what we need for this class is just the longitude and latitude. We'll still use the altitude and accuracy. Now, you convert it to text tab delimited by going to your file, click on File, go to Save As, look for Browse, and go to where your file is. I initially said you should open a file called FOW202, and for myself, I opened it in my desktop, and then I will save as text tab delimited, this text tab delimited. Then I'll save. Because I've saved already, it's asking me to replace. So once you have done this, you close your Excel. Okay, your QGIS, click on New Project, open a new project, go to your layer. From your layer, you add your layer, add text tab, delimited text layer, then browse at file name to go and pick your file where you dropped it. Mine, I dropped it in practical. Then I'm adding this text tab. Okay, then you have to define, make sure custom delimiter is checked, make sure tab is checked. Okay, come to geometry definition. What you have is a point coordinate. Then you have to define the fields. So what is our x? Is our longitude is our x and latitude is our y. Then now make sure that your geometry CRS, which is Geometry Referencing System, is WGS 84. If it's not WGS 84, please pick WGS 84. Most projects come with it by default, and you click Add. When you add, you close. Now you see that this is your folder. This is your point coordinates. Then you zoom and you digitize. You digitize by doing what? You add, this time around, you create a shapefile. Remember, you create a shapefile, and that's your shapefile. What type of name do you want to give it? So go and search for where you want to save the shapefile. Remember, I said everything you do, you have to do it inside this your folder. Okay, so and the name of the shapefile is what? Don Greg Park. Okay, remember it has to be saved as an E3 shapefile. Usually E3 shapefiles have what we extension .csh. E3 shapefiles have extension called .shp. Okay, you save, and when you save, you have to tell us the geometry type. What type of geometry? It's not a point, it's not a line, it's a polygon because it's an area. Now you create attribute fields. One, we want to know the name of the place, you add a name. You want to know the size of the place, okay? You add what? The size. What else do we want to know? What? Okay, just these features you need. Then from this point, you now say OK. When you say OK, you see your layer file. That Don Greg Park just appeared. And what we want to do is to digitize this. Okay? Now, you click on this toggle editing. It's like a pencil. You click on toggle editing, and in toggle editing, it's activated some things. you have add polygon, you have move features, you have vertex tool, and so on and so forth. So what we want to do is to add a polygon. And you see that our cursor will change. Then you click on each of the points, okay? You click on each of the points. We'll go on, click on each of the points, click on each of the points, and on the last one, you right-click. When you right-click, you give it an ID. And of course, we know the name of the place. We said it's done Greg Park. Okay, but we are yet to know the size. Then you click. So we now have this. So for you to go out of this, you need to toggle the editor again so that you can save it. Otherwise, it's not saved. So toggle editor, it will ask if you want to save the changes to layer downgrade. You say yes. So it's now permanent. Then we'll go to delete our coordinates because we are done with the coordinates. Okay? So what do? We remove the coordinates from the layer. It will ask you if you want to remove the coordinates. You say, okay, the coordinate is gone. And each time, there's something I want to tell you. Each time you want to have this in full, okay, instead of clicking zoom, because when you zoom it gradually. You click this button. Look at the button, this button. That is close to the zoom, plus zoom, minus zoom, 1:1 ratio, okay? Then this button. So I think with this, you can just save your work now. Go to projects, go to save as, on save as, locate your file, and this time around, you are saving the whole project, okay? So you say, done Greg Park project, because it's the whole project you are saving as a QGIS file. See now, the extension is .QGIS. Okay, you see the extension is .QGIS, so you save. Of course, when you save, you can close your file. You can close the whole project. Then probably locate your file, this FOW212 practical, if it's the name of your folder. Click on Don Greg, the QGIS project. It will bring you to the last point where you stopped. Okay, I'm using QGIS 3.0 Girona version. You can use a higher version. It will still give you the same thing. Okay, so let's wait for it to boot. Let's wait for it to boot. So it's booting. Now, we now have what? So we now have this. So you can continue work on this. You can do other things on this. So this recording will be available for everybody to follow and practice. So let me use this opportunity to also introduce you to these menus. You have the project menu, you have the edit menu. Okay, project menu is where you start new project, and so on and so forth. You have the edit menu, you have the view layer, you have the layer, the setting, plugins. We'll still come to plugins because there are some things you want to do, but you need another plugin to enable you do it. We have vector menu, raster menu, database menu, web menu, processing menu, and of course help. In QGIS, anything you don't know, you can actually look for help. Okay, in most computer softwares, we have default help. So, thank you.